All is not well in the Mumbai Indians camp during the Indian Premier League 2024 season after they suffered back-to-back defeats under the captaincy of Hardik Pandya. The five-time IPL champions have made yet another poor start to the season as they are already playing catch-up with other teams. While there have been talks of disharmony in the MI camp, fans have also given negative reaction on Hardik Pandya's captaincy reign. So, is he fit enough to captain the most successful side in the Indian Premier League history, or should he be given more time? To discuss in detail, it is Abhinav Singh and Gautam Sodhi who join me, Aditya Pimpale, in this special edition of the WION Sports Podcast as we discuss on why Hardik Pandya is the right choice for the MI camp. So, Abhinav and Gautam, how is your take on the ongoing Indian Premier League? First of all, welcome to the show. And it's just looking like Hardik Pandya is not enjoying his stint, and there were some big trolls to him. Yes, it was a very good performance yesterday, but it doesn't look like he's going to be on the positive side of things. Abhinav, let's start off with you. Your take on this.
I think the entire saga could have been handled much better from the beginning. And since it hasn't been handled that well, it is all now, snowballing into a major controversy. I won't even say a controversy. I think Hardik Pandya looks out of his depth right now. And it's primarily because I don't think he has the support of the, dressing room. Rohit Sharma and the likes of Tilak Verma, and today we saw reports saying that there have been two factions in the MI camp. And Hardik Pandya, even if you saw, Gautam, we saw yesterday's match, and he looked kind of out of place. He was happy. He was, giving the smiling face and all that. But there is your team that has conceded 277, and then again you are smiling. I think he's overcompensating for the fact that he has irked a lot of people in that MI camp.
Most definitely, Abhinav. I think to begin with, he has a lot to catch up. Okay, he missed out on the World Cup. He missed out on the cricket since getting injured in that Bangladesh game. He's probably trying to catch up in the cricketing sense in the first place, let alone the captaincy. Now, if we get back to the MI captaincy, as you rightly mentioned that it wasn't handled well. Very true, it wasn't handled well. Was it a right decision? Probably we'll get to know on May 26th this year. And if not, then probably next year. But I think going by the reputation that Mumbai Indians have, I don't think they would want to, just stick around with their idea, or they would really want to be stubborn in the choice that they have made. It could really turn out to be, once in a blessing thing for them. But what it is looking right now is that, he is out of place in terms of being the MI captain. He could have literally stayed in Gujarat. He could have left a legacy behind. He could have played for good 8-6 seasons. He could have won 3-4 trophies. He could have retired as one of the greats, Gujarat Titans captain, one of India's modern day greats as an all-rounder. But his place seems to be in jeopardy at all fronts.
Gautam, won't it be too early to say? Because it is just 2 games into the Indian Premier League season. We are forgetting the fact that he was the person who led Gujarat to the title in 2022. Finals in the 2023. So is it just too early to say that we are putting Hardik on the gas? So what are the thoughts, because he could yet win 7-8 matches on a trot, and then we could be sitting here in the same room and saying, no, what a world-class signing he was.
Aditya, be it any sport, if the team doesn't play as a team, you could be as good as Ricky Ponting's Australian 11. If you don't click as a unit, you won't do well. And the whole purpose of this discussion is knowing if this will click as a unit. Forget the results, it will just follow. And if we see franchises or sports or teams in the past who have done well despite being mediocre on the paper or everything, it's only because of one reason: there was backing, there was everyone's support in the dressing room. And going by how things have shaped right now and how it has been going in Indian cricket for some time now, there seems to be a bit of worry for the MI camp.
Abhinav, you have seen a lot of Hardik Pandya over the years, What was the first reaction when he was traded back to Mumbai Indians? Was there a thought that he could be leading the Mumbai side, or should MI have got Rohit Sharma in this season, and maybe in between they could have just rotated the captaincy, something that John Buchanan brought in 2009, a rotation captaincy theory? So what was your take on this entire saga?
Look, first of all, it's a very courageous decision. As a team, you are captaining a new team that has come into IPL, a big brand, and that team goes on to win the IPL, and you are the captain, you are a young captain. and then you leave, and then the next season you go to the final. You had a chance of doing a repeat of the title, and then you go back to your previous team. I mean, takes balls. We must give this to Hardik Pandya. But again, it all boils down to, I think, the MI camp. There's this captain that has given you 5 titles. And let's take another example of CSK. They also had the passing of the baton thing. Even in their statement, they said that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has handed the captaincy to Ruturaj. Whereas with Mumbai, we saw like an overnight, theft job or whatever you can say. It just happened behind the doors, and Rohit Sharma wasn't even given the honor of probably a press statement or a press conference that he should keep his point of view. Agreed, he has not been the best of forms, but as a captain of probably the best outfit this tournament has seen, I don't blame Hardik Pandya. He has shown ambition. He has always shown ambition. You do not qualify 2 times for the final for a new team if you don't have the captaincy credentials. So yes, he has the balls, but again, he hasn't been at his full, he hasn't been showing himself properly. He has been hiding something. You can see that on the field, and that is somehow reflecting on the performances of MI. Again, MI is a team that can probably lose 6 matches on the trot and still qualify for the playoffs and win the competition. But from what we have seen in these 2 matches so far, it doesn't really look like a Mumbai team that is together and wants to win.
I think the biggest difference will be he's not a leader but only a captain. There's a difference between a captain and a leader. He's just leading it on the field, but to be a great leader you have to stamp your authority off the field as well. So that is something that Hardik might have to learn. One important aspect, we saw the first game the other day, and where Rohit Sharma was being asked by Hardik Pandya to go around and field, and fans were like trolling Hardik Pandya for that thing. Why should Rohit Sharma follow Hardik Pandya's directions, and he's the senior member, and everything was going around. There were lots of trolling that was being done. So what was your take looking at Rohit Sharma being helpless at that moment? He was just taking orders and it didn't go well with the fans.
Instagram has really made look things in a very different prospect over the years, and this was one of the examples. But I think Hardik is the captain and he has all the right to place the field, to put the fielders wherever he wants. And even if it's Rohit Sharma, Sachin Tendulkar or MS Dhoni, they have to abide by the captain's instructions. And that's how sport is being played, because you're doing it in a team sport. But again, we saw it in the next game that it was Rohit who was taking command of the situation. He was literally asking Pandya to do this and do that. He was taking the onus of, going about the field changes. That is where, they just need to be on the same page. And the idea about team clicking can really change after 6 games, as Abhinav has mentioned. But we have to wait and see at least until the mid-time, till the tournament, to see if everything is in place. And if even Hardik is making an attempt, not an attempt for the sake of the attempt, but a genuine attempt to ensure that there is harmony, there are no ego clashes, because there are big boys playing in this league, and of course you're bound to have ego clashes, and that's fine. That happens in every sport. But I think for them to be on the same page, they really need to make an effort from both sides and ensure that the team is not suffering, and that has to be the bottom line.
I guess the MI camp has most number of Indian captains at the moment. You got Suryakumar Yadav, you got Jasprit Bumrah, who all have led the Indian team at some point at the international level. So there will be a lot of ego clashes as well. The castiest slurs from the fans, that is something around that's been going around as well. So Abhinav, you have been mentioning about it. So how is your reaction about this? Trolling and everything is going on, and should the fans still give time for Hardik, because there is still enough time in this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes sports, especially cricket in our country, it can get very tribalistic. People, the fans, they become too involved, and being involved is a good thing. But there's a certain line that you don't cross. Again, at the end of the day, he's a simple player, a player that has been traded to a different franchise, and a tournament that is simply based on how players are auctioned. So there's not exactly the loyalty factor that is there in probably if you go to football, Premier League or other leagues. So if there are fans who think that throwing those casted slurs against Hardik Pandya works, or like that guy is an alpha, I'd say.
It reminds of Luis Figo.
Yeah, that Real Madrid and Barcelona thing. But again, in the larger context of things, hurling those abuses against Hardik when he has done nothing wrong, in my opinion. He has chosen ambition. He has shown ambition that he wants to go back to Mumbai, a hugely successful franchise, and he wants to build his own legacy. However difficult it may be, he has gone there, and we should, give him the flowers for it.
In fact, that is really good words from you. Just a final question, Abhinav, from you. How long does it stay? If the results don't come, we saw what happened with Ravindra Jadeja. Will there be a line drawn? If he loses 5-6 games, will we see Rohit Sharma back leading Mumbai Indians this season?
I don't think so, because this is, I think, a long-term solution that the MI owners have brought. Hardik has their backing, and Rohit Sharma is probably at the last legs of his career.
But they again have Suryakumar Yadav and Jasprit Bumrah as well, so they have options.
If they go back at the middle of this tournament, it won't show right on their, part, the owners. And the owners are probably the most influential family in our country. So if they have taken a decision, and through, the backlash it has brought, if they go back right now, it shows them they didn't have the planning. But as far as I can see, they'll stick with him, and probably next season, if it doesn't work out by the time we enter 5 or 6 matches, then probably we can see Jasprit Bumrah is a great choice for a captain. But if the MI camp wants to go with Hardik Pandya, and they have shown that they are ready to bench a player like Rohit Sharma, I think it is a part of a longer scheme.
I think it looks like you're being more optimistic rather than supporting Hardik, but it doesn't mind, because there is still a lot of time in this Indian Premier League 2024 season. We will have a lot of stuff around IPL, as well as from Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, KKR. We will have a lot of stuff with the international cricket as well, with T20 World Cup developments also going around as well. For now, it is wrap for this edition of the WION Podcast. Thanks for joining, and hope you're joining us on our Facebook, X, and our other social media handles as well. And do make sure that you hit the like button as well. For now, goodbye and thanks for joining.